Now, from the warm-up, we saw how there's that commonly thought false way, and it didn't, in fact, equal the true derivative. And another issue that we might have is how would you actually take the derivative of something like this? Well, you could actually go ahead and distribute all of the terms into each other and then take the derivative. But, again, that would be pretty tedious to do. It could be done, but, again, it'd be pretty tedious to do that. So there is a more efficient way, and that's known as the product rule. Now suppose, we're going to suppose that f and g are differentiable, meaning you can actually take the derivatives of them. Then if you're trying to take the derivative with respect to x of f of x times g of x, then according to the product rule, we can take the derivative of the first, f of x, leave g of x just as he is, and then we're going to add our original function, f of x, times the derivative of g of x. And so this is actually the product rule. So again, it's the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. All right. And just to kind of show that this actually works, that the product rule actually works, we can use the warm-up to basically say that the commonly thought false way doesn't work, but also how to actually use it using the product rule. So again, our derivative with respect to x, originally we had x squared times x to the fifth. And instead of actually getting like x to the seventh, we've already shown that. What we're going to do is we're going to say that this guy is f, and that this guy is g. So then f is equal to x squared. G is equal to x to the fifth. Going ahead and taking the derivative of each one, we would end up with f prime comes out to be 2x, and g prime comes out to be 5x to the fourth. Essentially, you're just taking the derivatives of each one. Even the definition actually calls for that. You're taking the derivative of the f function, you're taking the derivative of the g function. And notice you're multiplying f prime of x times g of x. That would basically be these two. So what we're going to do is create essentially a cross, f prime of x times g of x, and then f of x times g prime of x. And so as a result, you should end up with 2x times x to the fifth plus x squared times 5x to the fourth. Simplifying things even further, we see that we'd end up with 2x to the sixth plus 5x to the sixth, because again, we're multiplying with these like bases. You would be adding those exponents. And as a result, you end up then with a total of 7x to the sixth. We even saw that when we did our warm-up the first time, 7x to the sixth. So again, though, that is the product rule kind of in action, and also just the warm-up continued to show that the product rule does in fact work.